I am Vidyashree and I am going to present about production function. First we will see about the introduction. Production function has two types. One is short run production function and another one is long run production function. It also has two types of laws. One is law of variable proportions and another one is law of return to scale. Let's see about the production function. It expresses the technological relationship between physical inputs and physical outputs of a firm under given technology. A mathematical expression for the relation is Q is equal to output of total product. Total product is nothing but the factors of production, which is land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. Land includes natural resources such as minerals, waters, forests, and labor refers to skill and work of a people used to produce goods and services. Capital refers to tools, machineries, and heavy machine assets, which is used to produce goods and services. Entrepreneurship combine all these for three: land, labor, and capital to make profit. Let's see about the type of production function. It includes two types. One is short run and another one is long run. It also has two types of laws. One is law of variable proportion and another one is law of return to scale. Short run, short run period we have at least one fixed input and remaining or varied. In long run period, the frame has all inputs are variable. Fixed input has the quality that does not change due according to the input. Variable input has the quantity which changes due to the input. Let's see about the short-run production function. In short period, some factors are fixed and some of them are variable. The law which tells about the relation of what happens when additional units of one variable factor of production are combined with a fixed stock of some factors of production is called law of variable proportions or returns to a factor. It is expressed in terms of Q equal to F of L, comma K bar, where L is the labor which is variable and K bar is the capital which is constant. Let's see about the long run production function. In the long run, all factors input can be varied. It means that in the long run, we can expand or reduce the scale of production as well. It is possible for a firm to change all inputs up and down in accordance with its scales. This is known as return to scale. When a producer changes all the factors of production in the same proportion, the proportional relationship is referred to as a law of return to scale. It is expressed in terms of Q equal to F of LB K M T in T. LB refers to land and building, where L is labor, K is capital, M is raw material, T is technology, and small t is time. Let's say about the law of returns. It has two type of laws. One is law of variable proportion and another one is law of return to scale. Let's see about the law of variable proportions. The law of variable proportion states that as the quantity of one factor is increased, keeping the other factors fixed, the marginal product of that factor will eventually decline. It has three stages of law. One is increasing return, second one is decreasing return, and third one is negative return. In increasing return, the graph increases at increasing rate and then at decreasing rate. In decreasing return, it continues to return in diminishing rate and becomes maximum. In negative return, it will diminishes. Let's see about the return to scale. This law explains the behavior of output in response to a proportional and simultaneous change in inputs. Increasing inputs proportionally and simultaneously is in fact an expansion of the scale of production. This also includes three stages of return to scale. First stage is increasing return to scale, second one is constant return to scale, and third one is diminishing returns to scale. This graph represents the increasing returns to scale. This represents the constant return to scale, and this represents the diminishing returns to scale. First, we will see about the increasing return to scale. In this graph, we will have OX, which represents OX axis, which represents the unit of increasing labor and capital, while OY represents the output. Uh, the increase when labor and capital increases from Q to Q1, then output also will increase from P to P1, which results in a higher rate of factors of production. Then we'll see about constant return to scale. Here the value of labor and capital, which directly is referred to the production situation in which output is exactly in same proportion to that of the factors of production. Which means if factors of production is doubled, then the output will also be doubled. Then we'll see about the diminishing return to scale. This graph also has OX as a increasing OX, which represents the increasing labor and capital. OY represents the output. Here the here when labor and capital increases from Q to Q1, then the result will increase from P to P1 is less, which means increase in factors of production is increased, and increased in production is decreased, is comparatively decreased, which results in diminishing result return to scale. Let's see about the concept of production. It has three concepts. One is total product, second one is average product, and third one is marginal product. First, we'll see about the total product. It is the total volume of goods and services produced by a firm during a given period of time. Then, in average product is the output per unit of a factor. Then, marginal product is the rate of change in total product with respect to a factor. Then we'll see about the cost of production. The economic cost that a firm incurs in the production of a good refers to the payment it must to all the resources employed by it in the production of that good. This also includes three types of cost. One is fixed cost, second one is variable cost, and third one is total cost. First, we'll see about the short-run cost of production. In the short run, only variable factors are changed, while the fixed factors remains unchanged. If a firm intends to increase its output in the short run, it would need to hire more workers and purchase more raw materials. Now we'll see about the graphs in short-run cost of production. First graph represents the short-run total cost, second graph represents the short-run average cost, third graph represents the short-run marginal cost. First we'll see about the short-run total cost. It has two main components. One is total fixed cost and another one is total variable cost. Total fixed cost remains constant even when output is zero. It is represented as an horizontal line to the x-axis here. Total variable cost is directly proportional to the output, which means if output increases, total variable cost will also be increased. If output decreases, total variable cost will also be decreased. Short-run total cost is the sum of total fixed cost and the total variable cost. Next, we'll see about the short-run average cost. This curve represents the average cost of short-run. The downward slope indicates that if the quantity increases, cost will be decreased. However, the curve begins to slope upwards above Q1, which results in increase of average cost. Next, we'll see about the short-run marginal cost. This cost represents the change in short-run total cost due to change in firm's output. Next, we'll see about the long run cost of production. Long run costs are incurred by a firm when production levels change over time. In the long run, the factors of production may be utilized in changing proportions to produce a higher level of output. In such a case, the firm may not only hire more workers but also expand its plant size or set up a new plant to produce the desired output. Next, we'll see about the graphs of long run cost of production. First graph represents the long run total cost. Second graph represents the long run average cost. Third graph represents the long run marginal cost. In long run, total cost has the S-shaped curve which is similar to that of small run total cost. For smaller quantities, the graph becomes flattened, and for larger quantities, the graph makes turn around and steeper. So in long run, average cost has two slopes. One is a negative slope and another one is positive slope. The negative slope of the curve indicates the economies of a scale and increasing the return to scale, whereas the positive slope of the curve indicates the decreasing return to scale and disemployees of a scale. And then we'll see about long run marginal cost. Long run marginal cost also have two slopes similar to that of long run average cost. It also has negative and positive slope. For negative slope indicates the employees of a scale, employees of a scale and increasing return to a scale, and positive slope indicates the negative return to scale and decreasing return to scale and disemployees of a scale. The long run marginal curve can be derived from long run average cost. Thank you.